Alrighty, everyone. Hello, hello, and welcome. What is up, my friends? I'm here live on the stream for you. Full day of gameplay streaming here today. Today is Friday, April 26th, 2019. What is up? I hope you're all doing well. I welcome you all wholeheartedly to today's first of two gameplay streams. The beginning of some extensive coverage of MK11. I covered this on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. As you guys know, when I played it earlier this week, I did have fun with it, although I found that the offline content was quite extensive. Like playing through the tutorial, 2 freaking hours of the tutorial to learn all the new gameplay mechanics and the like. And, you know, it's kind of crazy how much detail they put into it this time around. But, you know, it kind of delayed the content that people wanted to see. You know, I got through the story mode. That was about 5 hours. And then I messed around with Shao Kahn and Raiden online play. 2 big sessions of online play. In fact, I played with Raiden for over 3 hours the other night. I went extra long on a late night stream in order to put in some extra gameplay for all of you. Okay? And in addition to all of that, I checked out the crypt. So I did quite a lot in the 2 days that I had before my day off yesterday. And now I'm back. And today is going to be more Mortal Kombat 11 coverage. What we're going to be doing today is a little different, okay? Traditionally, when I play another Realm fighting game, the way I approach it is the first thing I do is I take a character and I bring them into training mode for a few minutes just for me to mess around with their special moves and understand their properties and maybe learn a couple quick combos. Then I usually take them into their classic tower mode and or the arcade ladder story mode, whatever you want to call it, because all the NetherRealm games are different. Alright, what we do there is actually try out the character for the very first time in actual gameplay against the AI and try to beat the computer and see the ending for that character. Then once that's done, then we go to online play with that character. Alright, now I didn't do that earlier this week because I was basically in 2 days trying to rush as much out as I could. I kind of skipped the traditional ladder mode, and honestly, I think that was a bad idea. Reason being, I didn't really have time to perfect any combos or whatever with these characters. So here I am trying to play with Raiden online, and I couldn't even do his, like, 3-hit combo, because I basically didn't take any opportunity to really practice with him and figure it out, the timing. So I was dropping combos left and right, even though I did get a significant amount of wins. It was more based off of just basic kind of gameplay mechanics, mid-range neutral footsies, and mix-ups, rather than based on, oh, here's a big combo that I learned in an advanced strategy or anything like that. So, you know, today what we're going to be doing is basically picking a character. I don't know who it's going to be yet, you know, we'll see. Taking that character into training mode for a few minutes just to learn the basics, check out the properties of each special move, and maybe learn a few juggle combos or whatever. Then go into the classic ladder to play through against some AI opponents and learn some basic combos and strategies and fight the final boss, see their ending, and then going online with that character. Okay? So essentially, you know, today, potential to play with a few characters depending on how time permits, because I am playing Mortal Kombat 11 both on my first and second gameplay streams. Alright? The whole day today I'm playing Mortal Kombat 11. So we'll see how that goes. I'll be very honest with you, I also would like to check out the Towers of Time, which is apparently the mode where you are able to do challenges with various modifiers and the like, and these Towers of Time earn you in-game currency so that you can go to the crypt and unlock a lot of the stuff in the crypt, okay? The crypt itself, which I played for about an hour, I actually enjoyed. It's third-person exploration and puzzle solving. Fighting items and the like to unlock new areas. And I know that if I went back to the crypt right now for another hour or two, I could probably unlock everything, you know, of every area. But, you know, it's very different from what you expect from a fighting game. So what I may do is go back to the crypt within the next day or two, you know, for an hour or two to try to finish that up. I'm not going to do that immediately today because I know that's not what you guys are looking for. You're looking more for new character experiences and online play, and that's what I'm going to try to give to you, okay? So there you go. So that's all today. You know, first and second stream. My first stream here will be 4 or more hours of gameplay. And then later tonight, around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, I'll be playing for at least 2 hours, if not longer. It depends on how it goes. But, you know, typically I can go a little later on the night streams, especially on certain nights when Cat's working, and Cat is working tonight. So I may go even later tonight, depending on how it goes. All right, we'll see. We'll see how you guys are liking the streams and how all that is you know, going. So here's the deal. Directly dependent on how today's streaming goes will determine tomorrow's schedule. And allow me to explain. Tomorrow, I can either do another full day of Mortal Kombat 11, or I could break it up and go back to alternating in my downtime gameplay. And what I mean by that is the late night streams, the late night chill streams, have been on hiatus for this week as I covered Mortal Kombat 11. But I'd be happy to bring them back starting tomorrow, and that way we'll have 4+ hours of Mortal Kombat during the day, and then at nighttime some chill stuff to balance with that. That way, no one gets too burnt out on Mortal Kombat, because you always have something varied at night that's a lot different. Okay? So that's kind of how I'm thinking of doing it. So let's see how today goes. If today goes well, and if today ends up being an entertaining streams, and you guys really like it, and, you know, you want to see me continue on with Mortal Kombat 11 full-time, I'd be more than happy to keep playing Mortal Kombat as full daytime streams for you. Okay? But if you guys start to get burnt out and you don't want to see me continue to do Mortal Kombat as a full day kind of a deal, I can start balancing it. So, for example, tomorrow, I would do Mortal Kombat 11 as my main gameplay stream during the day, and then the nighttime, I would probably play Black Ops 4 Blackout, my weekly session of Blackout, okay? Sunday, I'd probably do Mortal Kombat during the day, and then I would probably at night do, I don't know, probably Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. Do a 2-hour session of that, narrating all the dialogue and everything. All right. Same thing, you know, Monday again, Mortal Kombat 11, and then maybe balance that with, say, MLB or Minecraft. By the way, Minecraft apparently had a huge update this week. And it's funny because I had just played Minecraft near the end of last week before Mortal Kombat came out, and now they do a giant update. Apparently, villages and villagers are completely changed, and now there's this new group called invaders that come in and attack villages, and it's a whole new different gameplay mechanic to the game that changes it all up, and that's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting to me that, you know, that there's something this late game into Minecraft, they're still freaking updating it with new gameplay mechanics and the like, and new stuff going on. So when next time I play Minecraft, that should definitely be interesting to see what changes have been implemented and how it affects my gameplay. Okay? So anyway, all that being said, that's the deal for this week. It's going to be Mortal Kombat 11 coverage, and it's going to be full-time Mortal Kombat 11 coverage as long as you guys like it, and then I'll balance that with more chill stuff at night. Once the Mortal Kombat 11 coverage, you know, starts to die out, okay? And we'll go from there. All right? Now, in the month of May, there are going to be some new releases. I know at one point Life is Strange Episode 3 is releasing. Life is Strange 2 Episode 3. Rage 2 is the really big release for May. Coming out around middle of May. I think people are really excited for that. Hopefully it's better than Rage 1, but it looks much better than Rage 1. Team Sonic Racing is coming out this month. I know there's other games, but I have not had a single chance to actually sit down and even look at my calendar to see, oh, gee, what other games are coming out in May? So I can't even tell you, you know, coming up, what games to expect. So that's kind of the deal. Now, obviously the elephant in the room, I'll address it now, get it out of the way, and I'm not going to bring it up again, at least in the near future. Days Gone came out today, and you might be wondering why I'm not playing it. Well, first of all, I was very smart about this one, all right? Instead of rushing to pre-order this game digitally, which I've done with a few games and ended up getting burnt, I was skeptical about Days Gone. A few reasons. Number one, because the game had been delayed a bunch of times, and that's usually not a good sign, all right? Number two, because a lot of people who had seen the game early and or played the game on the earlier side, not early release versions, but actually just like pre-release builds, had basically said the game didn't seem very good. That it seemed like, not that it was bad, but that basically the game wasn't anything to write home about. That it was kind of uninspired. It felt like a bunch of other games kind of mishmashed together. And so I basically played it by ear, and I did not purposely pre-order the game to see what was going to happen. All right. Now, I said all week I was going to play it today, And it was funny because originally I said I was going to play it all day today, and then when all of a sudden negative reviews started coming out about the game, I take that back. Not negative reviews, but basically not glowing reviews for a Sony exclusive. The reviews were basically coming out saying the game's okay, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. It's all right. It's not amazing. It's not a game you must play, but at the same time, if you're looking for a good kind of open world game with some zombies in it, it's good, if that's what you want. But it's a lot of things you've done in other games, and you're not going to find yourself too riveted by it. It's okay. It's just okay. So all these reviews started coming out this week, which they started, I'd say, probably around Tuesday, Wednesday. A bunch of people started messaging me saying, Phil, are you still going to play Days Gone? Because this seems like a game that actually is not very interesting, and in particular, from what reviewers are saying, the game gets kind of boring once you get a few hours into it, and you get more to the repetitive kind of stuff, wandering this open world that you've done in every other open world game, the looting, the base takeovers, etc. And it seems like it will not be a very fun game for streaming. Like, maybe if you play the game yourself, it's all right, but for streaming, it's not going to be very riveting or entertaining to your viewing audience. So are you actually going to be playing it or not? And I was very honest. I kept it on the schedule, and I said, well, maybe what I'll do on Friday, then maybe I'll do Days Gone as my first stream, and we'll go back to Mortal Kombat as the second stream, since it seems all the hype right now is around Mortal Kombat or whatever. At least for me, my Mortal Kombat streams have been doing pretty good this week. So the question is, what am I going to do come Friday? So then yesterday, a lot of people got their hands on it early, review copies and the like, and the consensus seemed to be, as of yesterday, the game's not very good. That, it should have been a lot better. The way that they hyped it up for years and years, it doesn't live up to the hype. It's very lackluster. In fact, I personally watched this really in-depth video review. It was about 6-7 minutes long. And basically what the guy said reviewing was very, very simple. He says, this game is a mishmash of things you've done before. If you like The Last of Us, you'll feel like you've done this third-person shooter gunplay before, especially when you get to the stealth elements where you're trying to do stealth takedowns. If you've played State of Decay 1 or 2, you're going to feel like you've done all the zombie combat before, because it's almost identical. And essentially what this game is a combination of State of Decay with other kind of third-person shooters, all right? Now, what I guess the best comparison that you can really make with Days Gone is compare it to Mad Max. Do you guys remember Mad Max? What was it, like 3 years ago at this point or something like that? Mad Max was a game that came out after the hype of the movie had died. So Mad Max, the movie, had come out in the summer, and the Mad Max game came out in September, all right? Mad Max was not a bad game. In fact, I played Mad Max, a full playthrough of Mad Max, and I actually really enjoyed it. However, my viewers did not. I'll be very honest with you. I played the whole game, which was like 30 plus hours. After the first 1 to 2 sessions, people constantly complained about me playing the game. Said, stop playing this game. You should be doing something else. This game is boring. Why are you still playing this game? We keep telling you it's more fun to play than watch. Why are you doing it? And this happened, I'm not even kidding, for about 2 straight weeks as I played the game on and off and balanced it with other stuff, to the point where I was losing my mind because I was like, this sucks, that people are not liking this game for whatever reason. I thought it was a good game. Okay? Now, the bottom line is this. This is a different era, ladies and gentlemen. It is. It's a different era. This is an era where, for me, things are a lot different than they used to be. I don't have a lot of disposable income. I certainly don't have a lot of money to throw at games that are not going to be something that are going to be a good investment for the streams. So I'll give you a perfect example here. A game like Mortal Kombat 11, I know I'm going to get legs on it. Reason being, there's a ton of content, there's a ton of characters in it. I know I'm going to get a couple of weeks of content out of the game before it finally dries up. A game like MLB, and I know that sounds silly, but even a game like MLB that's not so entertaining is a good game for the chill streaming, because it allows me to do late night streams of a couple hours at a time here or there, and we interact during them, and we're wondering, am I going to get a home run? Am I going to get promoted to the next league or whatever? And even though, I'll be honest, it kind of stagnated, I still, at this point, have gotten, 13, 14 hours out of it, and I'm still going. You see what I mean? These are the kind of games that I need to look at, because at this point, I'm a live streamer, and I think what people need to finally realize at this point is that I used to be a Let's Player for YouTube. I'm now a live streamer for Twitch, okay? I've completely made the full conversion. Even though I still record my streams and archive them for YouTube, I'm not a YouTuber anymore. I'm not. I'm 100% not a YouTuber anymore. I am a live streamer. In the last 2 years, I have completely changed over my formula. So essentially what I'm looking to do when I play a game is one of two things. Either entertain you and hold your attention enough that you're going to come back to the streams to watch the gameplay, or create a chill stream experience enough that there's enough interactivity that you're going to come back just to interact with me. It's got to be one or the other or a combination of the two. Okay? So, knowing all this, yesterday while I was out on my day off and seeing all the reviews coming in and seeing all these people message me saying, "Gee, are you still going to play Days Gone since it really looks like a lackluster kind of boring game that doesn't look like it'll be good for streaming?" I put up a poll on my Twitter asking, would you like to see me still play Days Gone, or should I skip it and focus on MK11 and then basically rotate in the nighttime chill streams way more earlier than I had planned? Because our original plan was that this whole week I was going to balance Days Gone with MK11. All right. But being that, you know, if I was going to end up skipping Days Gone and it wasn't going to be anything interesting, okay, then what I was going to do is say, all right, forget it. We'll just do MK11 as the main streams for a while, and I'll balance that with the chill stuff. All right. Now, eventually, I know MK11, you know, it's not going to be as interesting to watch every single day. So probably after about a week or so, I do something else. Maybe I'd play another platforming game to balance in with MK11 until Rage 2 comes out or whatever. We would find something else to do to balance with MK11, so that you guys aren't getting constantly bored or whatever. You see what I mean? We would do something to figure it out during daytime streams. Now, the other thing is, it's not to say that I'm never going to play Days Gone. That's not the case here at all. But I'm not going to drop $60 on a game that I play 1 or 2 streams and then you guys are so bored you never want to come back to watch it again. You see what I mean? It would be one thing if the game was $20 or $30. And I can pretty much guarantee that in a stream of a premiere of any game, I'm going to probably make enough to cover that kind of cost. But $60 for a game I play once, it just doesn't fly anymore. Okay? It just does. I can't do it. I have to make smart decisions on what games I'm buying and what games I'm streaming because of my situation. All right? So, I'm not saying I will never play Days Gone. I'm just saying there's no way I'm going to be buying it now. Maybe I wait a week or 2 weeks and all of a sudden Days Gone goes on a half-price discount, which, let's face it, guys, happens all the time. With these games, especially the ones that don't initially sell well or get reviewed well, we see price drops almost frequently now on a lot of these games. And then you could get the game for 50% off within a week or two. Okay? So if that's the case, then maybe I will pick up the game, you know, in a little bit. We'll see. But I'm not buying this game for $60 when it just seems like a game that's going to be boring for streaming and people are going to get bored really quick. All right? So I ran this poll last night. Well, actually, I ran it during the day while I was out yesterday. And I full well knew that this poll was not going to be accurate. I knew that going into it. So you might say, well, why did you even run the poll? I was curious to see if there was any interest whatsoever in me skipping Days Gone, or if there would be like completely 100% lopsided and everyone's like, no, play it. Because the bottom line is if the vast majority, like let's say it was 80-90% landslide, had said, play Days Gone, Phil, I would have said, all right, I'll just do it. I'll bite the bullet anyway. But that's not what happened. The poll ended up being like 62% to like 35, 36%, something like that. And like I said, I know for a fact that there's fake voting on those polls. In fact, it was hilarious because I put the poll up and I'm watching the poll, and I'd say probably within the first hour, there was maybe like 100, 200 votes. Then all of a sudden, it jumps by 400 votes instantly. Gee, I wonder where the 400 votes came from. I'm sure they're legit that they all came in at the same time, right? But this happens every time I do an online poll. There's ways to game the system. All those votes, by the way, came in, play Days Gone. All right? You want to know why those votes came in? Because people who don't like me and people who fuck with me want to see me waste $60 on a game that I'm probably going to play once or twice and get nothing out of. And now I got to make a tough decision. Because now I've played the game for 8 hours, and there's people who want to see me continue the game, and everyone knows the game's probably around 30 hours long, so you're talking, you know, at least 5, 6 major streams, okay? So now I got to make this tough decision. Gee, do I keep playing the game and basically have no one show up to streams and no one contribute because it's a game that's boring and no one likes it and everyone will complain that I'm still playing it? But if I drop the game, now I've got a dedicated group of people who like this playthrough and are going to be pissed at me because I dropped it and gave in to pressure from people on the stream. See what I mean? It's like a lose-lose situation if I had played Days Gone, because I was going to be damned if I do, damned if I don't. And the people who did the troll voting know that. They fucking know that. And that's why they did that. They've seen that this week my streams of Mortal Kombat 11 have gotten great attendance, and that the more I play it, the more the attendance is building. I'll be honest, I'm not great at Mortal Kombat 11. I actually said this on Twitter. I know I'm bad at it. I am used to fighting games where when you do a combo, it's called a 2-in-1 cancel. Meaning you do one, you press a button, then you press a second button, and then depending on if they hit, you can then do a special move. It's like 1, 2, 3. In this game, the combos are dial-a-combos. Meaning the combos come out no matter what if you just press buttons in sequence. That's not what I'm used to in Street Fighter. I'm not good at dial-a-combo games like Injustice and this. I'm not. I never have been. I enjoy them. I love playing them. I think they look great. They can play great at a high level if you're good at them. I'm not good at them. I know that. But I'm not playing Mortal Kombat 11 to be a competitive player. I'm playing it as a fan of the series and a fan of the genre of fighting games, and knowing there's a lot of fun content in this game. That's why I'm playing it as a fan, not as a pro. Okay? So that being said, I know people have been checking out the Mortal Kombat 11 streams for the 2 days that I played the game. The attendance has been high. Contributions have been good. Have they been, oh my god, blowing me away? No. At the same time, they've been good. So, people are seeing that and saying, gee, now Phil drops MK11 to playing this game that's lackluster and all reviewers are saying isn't so good, and we know within a stream or two he'll be bored, or he won't be bored, but his viewers will be bored. Let's do it. Let's get him locked into this game. Let's fucking do it, right? So, in reality, the reason I ran the poll was not to go by the 100% results of the poll, which, by the way, I never do. I don't know why people expected that I would have. I never do that. I use polls to gauge public interest. And from what I saw in the poll, there's a group of people who really like my MK11 stuff and want to see me keep doing it, rather than just stop doing it or slow down doing it to play a game that doesn't look like it's very good. All right? And that's what I got from the poll. If that, like I said, if that poll had been skewed massively, 80, 90% play Days Gone and like 10% play MK11, I would have known it was the opposite. But the truth of the matter is that's not what happened. It was more than likely, if you factor out the, like I said, 400 or so troll votes that were put in there, it's probably about 50-50, where people just don't, they don't know. A lot of people, are still kind of in that mindset that we're still in 2012, and I hate to say that, but a lot of people remember the old Phil, the old days of YouTube, where I made a ton of money. All right, I did. I made a ton of money on everything. No matter what game I played, I raked in the dough because ad revenue on YouTube was just flowing like a river, okay? And so I could afford to buy every single game. It didn't matter if the game was good, if the game was bad, if the game was hyped, if the game was dead, if the game had great reviews, if the game had terrible reviews. It didn't matter what game it was. If I played it, people watched, and I made a bunch of money on it. And because I made a bunch of money, I could then in turn afford to buy every game. See what I mean? That was a different era, guys. That was like 7 years ago. Times have dramatically changed from the way things used to be. And so some people are like, man, I don't know if Days Gone's any good. I'm waiting to see Phil play it. And based on Phil's playthrough, I'll determine whether or not I can buy the game. Sorry, guys, that's not going to be the situation anymore. It's just not. I'm not in a position where I can afford that. I cannot afford to buy games, to play them once, have everyone be bored, and then I got to move on. All right, I just can't do it anymore. So, we're at a point in my situation where, that's the deal. And I hope that you guys understand that. And if you don't understand that, I apologize that you can't and you don't yet. I mean, we haven't been in that situation since 2015. I mean, it's been about 4 years now that I've been in a situation where I don't have unlimited funds. I can't just buy everything. I can't drop tons of money on stuff that's not kind of a guaranteed investment. And it's funny because, a lot of people gave me shit when I bought the PSVR a few years ago. But the PSVR turned into being pretty good for when I got it. And the coverage that I did at the launch, it was definitely worth the investment. Now, after that, I never used the damn thing again. Okay? See what I mean? So that being said, guys, I apologize to those who voted, and maybe you're angry that I did a poll on Twitter. I didn't go by the results of the vote. I wasn't planning on doing that anyway. It was only if there was an extreme case where I saw, oh my God, the poll's so skewed, that I would have went and played Days Gone regardless. But I do it for a reason. I've been here over 10 years doing what I do. I know how to take feedback from polling and the like, and I know that there's a trolling element that fucks with me every time I do a poll. And I also know how to identify the trolling element. Like I said, 400 votes that showed up instantly, which is hilarious bullshit. Like, I'm that stupid to think that 400 people clicked vote at the same time, right? So I've been around the block, and I know what's going on, and I made the executive decision. I'm not playing Days Gone. However, like I said, all right, that doesn't mean that I won't ever play it. If it ends up being on a discount or whatever, maybe I would play it. A game, maybe that's a game that does kind of make itself better for a chill stream, since it ain't that so good, but at least it's maybe we can relax a little bit more while I play it or whatever. You know what I mean? But it just certainly doesn't seem like it's going to be a game that's going to hold enough interest to be playing, majorly. You know what I mean? Okay. Alrighty, everybody. So, I think I've now answered all of your concerns, right? I think. At this point, you kind of understand what's going on. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I actually want to say before we get started here. What I will definitely say, guys, is I'm going to need your feedback today and your input. On what exactly you guys want to see today with characters. What characters should I be playing in Mortal Kombat? I have no idea. So I'm really going to be relying on you guys to tell me, what is it that you're really looking for? What kind of characters do you want to see me play? I have no idea. Okay? Because I don't know anything about many of the character builds. All I know is basically the classic Mortal Kombat characters. But even then, a lot of those characters don't really get played in the same way they used to be able to be played back in the day. It seems like a lot of these characters have changed over time. So, again, what are you guys looking for? What are you guys, what kind of gameplay, what kind of character? Let me know on the stream, and I will basically make those decisions, on the fly based on your feedback, what people are asking for. Okay. Okay, so basically, guys, what you can expect in the next few days, Mortal Kombat 11 coverage. Today will be a full day of MK11. Again, dependent on how today goes, may determine what I do tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll do another full day, or if already today I'm kind of seeing that it's slowing down or whatever, all right, then maybe instead what I will do is mix it up and do half and half. MK11 as the main gameplay stream, Blackout, a Black Ops 4 Blackout as the night's chill stream, and do balanced streams like that. Okay? Alright, so that is the deal. Okay? Ow. Ooh, my neck. Outside of that, I don't really have much else to talk about. FYI, guys, I am going to be here 6 straight streaming days. My next day off will be next Thursday. I know, so now for some reason now it's every Thursday seems to be my day off. But yeah, so 6 straight streaming days between now and next Thursday. Okay? Okay, guys, so thank you very much for all of your support. And what I want to say is, thanks for being understanding this month. This month was a very different month than my normal months with my whole week in Connecticut and everything. And, now we're back to full-time streaming. And I hope you guys have been enjoying the streams recently and you're looking forward to more. I certainly am. And it's going to be good stuff coming up, all right? So that being said, if you enjoy my daily live streams every single day, if you enjoy the on-demand videos that I put out on YouTube of the archive streams over on DSPGaming, you like everything you see, you want to see it continue, all right? your support keeps this going. Because the bottom line is, I make next to nothing on YouTube anymore. I am almost 100% solely reliant on your contributions in order to make sure that I can keep going. Okay? That being said, there are many ways that you can contribute, and allow me to explain them. First, there's my Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidephil, where your monthly pledges earn you personal perks as a way of saying thank you for your contributions. So you may be wondering, you know, what's the deal with those perks and everything? Well, you know, all the details are listed on my Patreon site. I would say right now the perk you may be interested in is the ability to get your question answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, which is coming up in May. Just one of the many perks that you can get, all right? Please give it a look. Thanks to anyone who is a current patron. And by the way, if you're considering being a patron, you know, thank you very much just for considering it, okay? Now, I also have a Teespring store where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise. T-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers, etc. Fun, high-quality stuff. I can attest to that because I own a bunch of it. And some of it I've even owned over 2 years, and it has not worn out. I'm still wearing it, you know, actively on the streams. When you buy something from my Teespring store, you get a cool collectible, and I get a little bit of help out of it. So please consider it. Give it a look, all right? Now, if you're here live on the streams, and you want to contribute during today's stream, all right, and you want a shout-out for said contribution, you will receive it, all right? Now, depending on what I'm doing, may either allow me to give a shout-out immediately, or it may make me wait a little bit. For example, if I'm in the middle of an online set, I can't just drop everything I'm doing to give you the shout-out during a competitive match. But if I'm in the middle of, say, you know, a challenge tower, or we're in training mode, or, you know, we're messing around with a character, you know, like that, that's okay. I'll probably be giving you a shout-out live. Just please, I ask you to be a little bit more patient during fighting game streams than other streams, because I have to find the right moments to do the shout-outs in between everything, okay? So, please consider it. There's 3 ways you can contribute during streams. You can cheer, sub, or tip. Cheer with bits, subscribe to the channel, or tip me. If you're interested in the methods of how to do those 3 things, all you need to do is type exclamation point and the type of contribution. So you can type exclamation point sub, or exclamation point cheer, or exclamation point tip into the stream chat, and that will have the bot bring up a command that will explain the whole situation on all 3. All 3 of those things help me equally, so thank you to anyone who does any of them. As you can see, we have a stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen, where I will update that periodically to give extra recognition to those who contribute. In particular, top cheerer and top tipper will be up there so that you guys can get extra credit. Now, just to understand, guys, although contributions are appreciated, they are not mandatory. This is a free-to-watch stream, but again, it's your contributions that allow me to continue to do the streaming. So, thank you to anyone who does consider doing it. Now, just to answer the elephant in the room, as you can see, guys, with the subs, I am still tracking monthly subs, but I've removed the whole out of 600 deal with the subs goal. Why? Well, it's very simple. Because earlier this month, subs were way sky high. I think at one point we were above 550 subs, because I was playing Sekiro. One of the hottest games of the year, super hyped. People loved watching me play it, and people were subbed and hyped for it, okay? Then when Sekiro ended, all the hype ended. And especially because I was out of the state, not streaming for a week, a lot of the subs fell off, and basically no one kind of resubbed. You know, it sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I like having a higher number of subs because I feel that you get a lot of benefits from being a sub and the like. But I can't make people resub. I just can't. You know, it's up to people's choice whether they want to sub to the channel or not, and what if they feel like the benefits they're getting are worth it or not. And I've done everything I can this month to make it better. I added a bunch of new emotes for you guys to kind of have incentive to subscribe this month and everything. But for whatever reason, a bunch of people didn't resub. All right? And it is what it is. So, you know, what I said is we were going to do a monthly goal. Oh, man. My nose is itching like crazy today. I think it's my allergies are starting to act up, guys. But anyway, we had a monthly goal set up for 600 subs, and if we hit that monthly goal, I was going to do a viewer's choice event. This was going to be the first time ever that the public, every person, was going to be able to nominate and vote on games for a viewer's choice special event. All right, that was going to be, a special playthrough. Okay, however, it didn't work out. It looks to me, from what I've seen, it seems to me that's not an event you guys are interested in. You know. And it's hilarious because it's always the vocal minority, guys. Because in the previous times that I used to do these kind of events, all right, in previous times where I used to do these events, it was patron's choice. So you would have to be a patron in order to nominate and vote on games, and then the patrons would nominate and vote a game. It would win. I would go to play it. People would complain, oh, man, that's not a game that the common viewer wants to see. Why did the patrons vote for this weird game that's, you know, not anything that we would have wanted? If only Phil would do a public poll instead of just the patrons, this would allow him to actually get a game that everyone wants to see, and he should do it publicly, but he doesn't. He always does patron's choice. So this month I said, okay, forget patron's choice. We're going to do viewer's choice, and we got way low subs. So if anything, what that tells me is that it's just bullshit. It's people whining for the sake of whining. It's not people who actually were interested in subbing to actually make the event happen and then participate in it. It was just whiners who didn't want to see me be successful and didn't see patron support working and everything. You know, the same group of people who complain about everything I fucking do. So, the vocal minority, right? Oh, wham, we want a public event. Okay, I'll do a public event. Well, we're not going to sub for that. Well, then forget it. Why did I bother, right? The thing, what I probably should have done is I should have done this month, what I'm going to do next month. So, I'm going to announce it early. For the month of May, the sub goal is going to be a retrospective event. These events that I've done in the past few months and were incredibly successful. Every time I've done one of these special retrospective streams, people come out, they enjoy nominating and voting on what they want to see on the streams. Or not necessarily voting, it's just nominating. They usually nominate, oh gee, Phil should watch back this, Phil should watch back that. So if you don't know what a retrospective stream is, it's a special marathon event where basically we sit down together, okay, and we sit down together and we watch all my old stuff, okay, together. And it's fun because we get to reminisce about the past. I do behind-the-scenes kind of commentary about the past. A lot of the times I watch my old stuff and I cringe, and I'm like, damn, you know, that was old Phil 10 years ago. Definitely not who I am now. And it's just a lot of fun. It is. It's a lot of fun to go back and re-experience the past. Sometimes it's game playthroughs. Sometimes it's vlogging and special series. It's a lot of stuff. Okay? And it's fun because I've been doing this for over 10 years. There's a ridiculous amount of stuff to go back and watch. Okay? So, for the month of May, the sub goal is going to be, if we hit it, we're going to be doing another retrospective event, okay? The last 3 that I did were incredibly successful, so I'm going to go back to doing that. Enough with this viewer's choice, because apparently people don't want it. The people who complained about it the most didn't even sub, and they just whined and complained that they wanted it, and then they didn't sub. So, it's just whining people, and I'm not going to waste my time on that stuff anymore. Just being honest, I'm not, okay? So, from now on, we'll do the stuff that works. Fair enough? Alrighty then. So anyway, guys, getting back on the subject. Like I said, if you guys cheer, sub, or tip, all those things help. Alright, they do. I much appreciate all of them. I'm going to give you a shout out as long as you remain positive and you're not trying to bring up detractor memes or insulting or doing stupid stuff that's going to derail the stream. In general, you guys get it. Alright? You guys do get it. And, you know, thank you for that. Thank you for that, and thank you for all of your support. That allows me to do what I love. Alright? So, before we get to shout-outs, which we're about to start, I guess what we'll do is let's give credit to the top 10 cheerers of the week. It's now been a couple days, so let's give credit where credit is due. And then we're going to go ahead and begin with shout-outs, okay? So, top 10 cheerers of the week. Thank you very much to these people for their support. In 10th place, we've got Alex Master. We've got a tie for 8th place between Orcs or Dorks 7 and Super Blind Man. In 7th place, we've got Comer 94. 6th place is Sambuca 2020. 5th place, CR123A Battery. 4th place, Big Boy Abides. 3rd place, Mr. Papavera. 2nd place, Shao Kahn Artist. And in 1st place, Vote Democrat. Okay? Very nice. Alright, now let's get to shout-outs for contributions. Alright, for people who've actually contributed during today's live stream. Let's see here. Scroll all the way down. All the way down here. Okay, so first of all, someone named, this name does not exist yet, resubscribed to the channel for 11 months overnight. So thank you very much to this name does not exist yet for that overnight subscription. It is much appreciated. Okay. Shout out to Drunk Mike Tyson, who did a 50-bit cheer and said, this guy is clearly cheating. I don't even know who he's talking about, because I think he actually said that maybe when I was hosting or something, because he said that right before the stream had started, so he wasn't actually responding to anything I had said. So I don't know. I don't know what you're referring to. But I do thank you for the cheer. Drunk Mike Tyson. Okay. Sam Hyde tipped me $2.50. He says, Brian said in the past he wants to play Rainbow Six Siege with you. You still own the game. You should play it competitive with him. I own the game on Xbox One. He owns the game on PlayStation 4. So I cannot play with him unless I were to buy the game, which I don't want to do, because honestly I have no interest in it whatsoever. The game is almost 3 years old at this point, I think. When I played it at launch, it sucked. Apparently now it's actually quite good, but I'm not in a situation where I really want to jump into a 3-year-old competitive game that people have been playing hardcore, since day one. It's going to be insanely hard to jump in. Giant learning curve to figure out how to play the game at any kind of a competitive level when there's people who've been sitting there and playing it, nonstop. It's kind of the same thing with like a competitive fighting game, which I know from experience. If you're there on day one, you learn all the basics and you see all the adjustments and things to the game over time. You're going to do much better than someone who's just jumping in at a random time trying to learn the game from the ground up, okay? So, no, I'm not going to be playing Rainbow Six Siege. But I do appreciate that tip, Sam. Let's get Sam up on the leaderboard as top tipper of the day so far. There we go. Your boy Bob resubscribed for 29 months. Thank you very much, your boy Bob, for the 29-month resub. That is much appreciated. Grayside Will did a 100-bit cheer and said, why not make a poll if you don't plan on honoring the results? I already explained the whole situation. I'm not going to go into it again, but thank you for the cheer. So that's who Grayside Will. I guess we'll get him up on the leaderboard as the top cheerer so far. That's 100 bits. Whiteboard Marker cheered. He says, didn't you say reviewers were biased? How come you listen to them this time? I didn't listen to one reviewer. I didn't even listen to 2 reviewers. I took the consensus of opinion not only from reviewers, but people who had been watching other streamers play this game for days. Because sadly, as I told you guys, it's not how it used to be. Back in the day, I was able to go to GameStop. I was one of the very first people to play a game, record it, and put those videos up on the internet. And a lot of people looked to me as the guy who was the first guy to cover games to see if the games were good. Now, due to the fact that game publishers and marketing companies have decided that you need to listen to influencers rather than gamers to determine whether or not you want to play a game, especially because these influencers a lot of the time get paid extra money to play these games early and not say anything negative about them, which I won't even get into because I completely disagree with the practice. People have been playing this game for a week. Days Gone has been being played since last weekend. So people have seen it. People know what it is. There's information about it all over the internet. Not just the mainstream reviewers who may do it wrong, but from even other people who just been playing it for a while. And all the reports pretty much agreed with each other. This game is not very good. So there you go. U.S. Marine High tipped me $5. He said, if you only get a game based on good reviews, why haven't you played Ace Combat 7 or PC games like Kenshi? Because I don't only get it based on good reviews. That's a lie. That's completely false. It's on a combination of factors, timing, etc. How things are going with me and if I can afford a game or not at a certain period of time. There's all those things that are a factor. And you're just overgeneralizing it on purpose, by the way, to probably, twist me in a negative light and make me look like a hypocrite when in reality that's not what I do. As I said only about 5 million times, the world is not black and white. It's not. There's not I either do this or I either do that 100% of the time for my entire life. That's not how life works. Things change over time. Like I said, I used to be the guy who could afford to buy every game. I didn't care if it was good or bad, and that way I could cover every release and tell you if it was good or bad, in my opinion. Sadly, I'm not at the liberty to do that anymore. I just can't. I have to pick and choose what's good for a stream. So, to fully answer your question, U.S. Marine, why didn't I play Ace Combat 7 or Kenshi? First of all, I don't even know what the hell Kenshi is. Never heard of it. That's why I didn't play it. I didn't play Ace Combat 7 because I didn't think it would be a good game for streaming. You'd probably watch me fly the plane once. Okay, this is a great gimmick. And after a few hours, say, I don't want to ever see that again. Not riveting for a gameplay stream. I'm looking for things that are going to retain attention over time for gameplay stream viewers. And in addition, things that are going to get me bang for my buck value. When I buy a game now, I'm looking for a game that either is going to be a nice full playthrough that gets a lot of leverage on streams, or ends up being a game that I do a lot of gameplay with chill hanging out kind of interactions with you guys, or both. You know, not a game that's just a flash in the pan. I play it for 4 hours. It's boring as shit. Regardless of the reviews say it's good or not. I'm looking for things that are entertaining for streams. This is not Phil the YouTuber. This is Phil the live streamer. Things have changed. Okay? Cresta Angel, I agree with you. He says, it's the Monster Hunter World situation all over again, except Monster Hunter World was actually a great game. You're right. And Cresta Angel, I will actually acknowledge Monster Hunter World was a great game by those who played it and played it at length and fell in love with that kind of gameplay that's in the game. They loved it. I played the Monster Hunter World beta for a few hours. Within 2 hours, my viewing audience was bored to fucking tears and told me to not play that game ever again. So I didn't. It doesn't necessarily mean that because a game's good or bad, it's going to make for a good stream or a bad stream. Okay? So there you go. All right. Philly Buckeye SP subscribed to the channel. Okay? Then did a 50-bit cheer and said, I had a dream last night. I was watching the Phillies game on TV and a squirrel ran on the field and stole the baseball. The announcers referred to it as Chestnut. It felt so real that I looked it up online to see if it was true. Your streams are invading my dreams. Wow. Well, there you go. There you go, guys. I guess our mascots are invading people's dreams. That's kind of creepy when you think about it. All right. If I could get my laptop to work. It's not working at all. That's not good. Let's try this again. There. Okay. Finally unlocked. Up next, we had a Real Talk Mod Me, who cheers, and knowing your fighting game playstyle, I think you should try out New Era Garrus. He has projectiles, good combos, full screen command grab that hits low, near full corner carry command grab, and a lot of utility. He's an all-around character. Since he's new, a lot of people don't even know how to fight him. That sounds interesting. Perhaps I'll check out Garrus today. What do you guys think? Should I play with Garrus? Is that a character you guys be interested in seeing me play? Sounds like he's a good kind of character with a variety of gameplay style, right? All right. Shout out to Ace, who cheered. He said, ultimately, doing polls for anything will not benefit you because you need to play games that will financially benefit you. Yes and no. I agree there. I'd say, yes, they have to financially benefit me in some way, but at the same time, it also just has to be a stream that's interesting to the viewers. If I'm not if I'm not entertaining you guys with something interesting, whether it's, again, the game itself or my interactions with you while I'm playing the game, then why am I streaming to begin with? Just turn the fucking stream off. I'll play the game by myself, right? So what's the point? Continuing on, he says, some of your viewers want to see Days Gone on your channel, but I played it, and I will tell you this much. It will not keep your viewers' attention for long. And that's exactly what I was thinking, Ace. I'm thinking, wow, the first 2-3 hours, while you're first getting the gameplay mechanics down, and you're hearing the initial story, it'll be fine. But then, once you get into the meat of the game, where there's a lot of open world exploration and doing base takeovers that are boring as dirt, and killing your 4 millionth generic fucking zombie that's boring as dirt, and you're doing stealth that's boring as dirt. You see what I mean? Like, again, it's not anything original. That's the problem. If the game were original, that'd be fine, but it's basically State of Decay. I don't know why I'm saying Dead Space. State of Decay combined with some better gameplay elements from games like The Last of Us. That's the whole game. And, you know, if you want that mishmash, great. I'm not saying don't play it. I'm saying I'm not playing it. Okay, Hodor Targ, cheer. He says, thank you for letting me back in. Prison's a tough place, but full of rehabilitative options. They help me become a better reformed chatter. So basically, Hodor Targ got banned a few weeks ago, I guess, for misbehaving. I don't even remember. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't even remember. But I guess he's saying he got banned, and he apologized and appealed for an unban, so I unbanned him. And, you know, that's pretty much what happens most of the time. Even if you get moderated or banned for some reason, if you come in and say, okay, I acknowledge what happened, why it happened, and I'm not going to do that anymore, I'll usually give you another chance. The Last Rambo did a 100-bit cheer. He says, Days Gone could be the same case as Alien Isolation and Duke Nukem Forever. Well, here's the thing. I disagree. And the reason I disagree is as follows. Alien Isolation was survival horror. Even if it's a bad survival horror game, typically survival horror games end up being entertaining to watch me play. Alright. Duke Nukem Forever was an incredibly unique case, where the game was panned by critics for being outdated and old, but the game was supposed to be outdated and old. It had been in development hell for over 10 years, so it was an anomaly where by playing it, even if the game wasn't great, at least it was a fun experience because, number one, I was a fan of Duke Nukem of the 90s, and number two, it was this really unique situation where we all was like, wow, I wonder what this game is going to be after over 10 years in development hell, right? I think both those games are kind of unique experiences. Neither of those games were reviewed as, oh, this game's not good because it's mediocre. That's not the case at all. One of them was reviewed because it's outdated, and one of them was reviewed because it was too hard. Everyone said Alien Isolation was too hard of a game. In my opinion, I don't think either of those were true, but neither of them were saying they're just too mediocre, which is exactly what everyone's saying about Days Gone. And nothing could be worse than a game just being too mediocre, because then no one wants to play it or cover it. Okay, let's see here. Alexander Rossi, cheers. He says, I thought you do Twitter polls specifically because people can't troll on it. No, that's not true at all. He says, I thought you used to do straw polls, but moved on to Twitter since straw polls didn't require an account to vote and could be botted. I don't think Twitter polls can be rigged. Yes, they can. Oh, trust me. They absolutely can be. And it's already been found. You know, if you actually go to some of the places, the unclean parts of the internets, where people like to frequently peruse and do negative things against me behind the scenes, it's places that I stay away from. People have already said to me that, you know, Phil, people actively say that they troll your polls all the fucking time. You know, you put a poll up and within a minute, 400 votes come in, right? Not possible. In any real world, that's not possible. There are ways to game those systems. Especially because what you got to remember, Twitter's free. It's easy to create fake accounts. It's easy to have bot accounts and everything. You know, they do it everywhere. If they could do it on YouTube, which they do, then they could do it on Twitter, you know? So, rest assured, people do fuck with it. And the thing is, I actually tried another one, too. I tried this one called Stream.me, or no, was it StreamPoll.me or something like that? So this one was on a completely third-party site, and it was funny because I started running the poll, and it was like legit, totally legit. All the votes coming in were normal. And then all of a sudden, again, boom, at the very end of the poll, within the last half hour of the poll being open, like 500 votes came in at once. I was like, fuck this. People have found a way to screw with every online poll, man. So, it's stupid, but there's not much you can do about it. No polls are unsusceptible to that kind of shit. Sadly. Okay. Continuing on here. Well, someone called hashtag Days Gone for Phil tipped me $1. I said, if money is an issue, I'll be even more than glad to buy the deluxe edition for you. Hey, I always accept donations. If anyone actually wants to gift me the deluxe edition of the game, go ahead. But I'm going to tell you right now, the way you should do it, buy a code off of Amazon or off of PSN and send me the code via email. Then I'll try Days Gone. Sure. If you want to buy the game and donate it to me for free, do that. But, you know, number one, don't send me money. Because if you send me the money, that's taxable income, which is just going to screw me over in the long run. Trust me, I have enough fucking tax issues. And number two, you know, money that you send me and stuff essentially has to go to do important things like pay stuff. You know, I'm not really super interested in playing Days Gone, but if someone buys the game for me and sends me the PSN code, yeah, I'll give it a shot this week. I'm not guaranteeing a full playthrough, but I give it a shot at least. If I was sent the game, absolutely. Okay. Okay. Shout out to RL Cool, who has subscribed for 29 months. I appreciate that, RL Cool. Animoji tipped me $1. Has complete 100% misconceptions of what Patreon is and is arguing me about Patreon is supposed to be for buying equipment. They have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, and I'm just going to ignore it because this is someone who has sour grapes about Patreon, apparently, and is completely misinformed, and I'm not even going to bother with it. It's a waste of my time. Okay. Roy King Tree cheered and said, why don't you do a Twitch sub-only poll through Streamlabs? A Twitch sub-only poll through Streamlabs. I mean, I'm sure maybe there's a way to do that. I don't know. I just started using Streamlabs not even a month ago, so I'm not accustomed to all the options that are available through Streamlabs. If that was possible, I guess that would be cool. If just the sub, but then again, you say sub-only poll, right? So now, people complain, he's only taking input from the subs. He's not taking input from everyone. Why do I have to pay in order to freaking get an input into Phil's content? See, damned if you do, damned if you don't, dude. There's no way that I could do this stuff and not basically get shit for it. Okay? Vulcan did a 200-bit cheers. You didn't even acknowledge the hosting earlier. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm doing my pre-stream. I don't even know what you're saying about hosting. If someone hosted me, great. Probably hosting me during a pre-stream is probably the worst possible thing you could do because I'm not even playing the game. And this is basically my opportunity to interact with my viewers, especially after a day away, and talk to them about things going on, etc. Why I'm not playing Days Gone. This is not really an opportunity where I'm going to be interacting with someone who comes in on a host or anything like that. So if anyone hosted me, thanks, I guess. I have no idea who it was. I was busy covering everything that I had to talk about on the pre-stream, and I apologize if I missed it. But that's why I had no idea it even happened. So there you go. Vote Democrat did 123-bit cheers, and I'll send you a copy of PS4 Rainbow Six Siege if you will play it. I mean, if you really want me to, and you send me a free copy, I would play it a few times, I guess. I'm not, again, something you send me that I didn't initially tell you I had any interest in anyway. I'm not going to promise the world. If I give it a shot and I hate it or I'm just not interested in it, I probably will never play it again. So if you actually want to do that and take that risk and buy the game and send it to me, okay. You know, I'd be more than happy to try it at least and give it a shot for a nighttime stream or something. But I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to say, oh, because someone sent me this game now, I'm going to play it for 40 hours. No, I'm not doing that. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Amber Lynn tipped me $1 and says, could you upgrade the meme guide? I don't know which memes are legal or not. All memes are legal, all right, unless it's something that's completely negative towards me. You know, saying something about a medical condition, insulting me or my wife or family members. You know, that kind of stuff is not allowed. But most memes and emotes and stuff are allowed. People are still like, oh, the frog emote isn't allowed. No, it's allowed. And of course it's allowed. But if you turn the entire chat into a frog meme, and everyone's name is a frog, everything you say is about frogs, you're spamming frogs, you're going to get banned. Just like this is the rule. It's always been. No spam of anything. No emotes, no text, nothing. It's not allowed. This has always been a long-standing rule. So. Okay. All right. Someone named Buttphil tipped me $1 and basically just went over everything with Days Gone we already talked about, so I'm not going to waste my time. Cube of Hypocrisy cheered and said, general consensus from reviewers and gamers alike is that Duke Nukem Forever was bad, but you still enjoyed it and even got in a big argument on Twitter with Mitch Dyer over it. I can't keep scrolling. What the hell? Why don't you play the games to see for yourself if they're good or not? I already addressed this and already fully explained it. I'm not in a situation where I can afford every game anymore, so I'm just not going to address this. Last Rambo cheered. Regardless of stream interaction or participation, if you get a $60 tip per session, would that suffice? Well, let me put it this way, Last Rambo. Yes and no. Yes, if you're talking about covering the cost of a game, okay? So let's say every stream I play a brand new $60 game, and every stream I receive a $60 tip to pay for that game. Yeah, the problem then is I also need to make other funds to pay everything else. You know, I don't do this for free. You know, I have to pay my bills. I have to pay for the cost of electricity. I have to pay for the cost of everything behind the scenes. You know, so no, a $60 tip per stream is not enough to say I can play a new game every stream. You see what I'm saying? Even if every stream sent me a new game, you know, I still need to have, you know, contributions to pay for everything else behind the scenes besides just buying new games. So there you go. Okay. Inja8089 has resubscribed for 6 months. Said, looking forward to Days Gone. Well, I'm not playing it, as I already said a million times on this stream. At least unless someone donates it. Then I guess I'll give it a shot. All right. Donald Drump tipped me $5. Can I tell you the story of the scorpion and the frog? No. You cannot. Okay. Continuing on. Let's see here. The Iwan Thomas cheered and said, hi, Phil. What up, chat? What's up, Iwan? Thank you for the contribution. Fry to me $1. He says, don't confuse yes men in chat with real viewers. Those guys will agree with everything you say and take it as all the viewers have that opinion. Well, I don't even know what you're talking about. I seriously don't even know what you're talking about. I wasn't really basing anything that I said on today's pre-stream off of yes men in chat. Like I said, I didn't even notice that apparently I got hosted. Samson tipped me $1. Says, Days Gone is a very fun game. Salty Xbox fanboys saying the game sucks shouldn't deter you from playing the game. Days Gone is the 4th view game on Twitch. When you play it yourself, you'll see you made the wrong choice. Well, a few things. Number one, Days Gone is the 4th view game on Twitch. Yeah, because it came out today. Now, in 2 days, tell me it's the 4th view game on Twitch. All right? Because that's not what's going to happen. Just like all these games, within 1 to 2 days, all the hype completely dies out from it being a new release. It's gone. It's whoop, gone. And then the top games on Twitch are the same they always are. Battle Royale, MOBAs, you know, etc. They're always, the top games are always that. It's never going to change. That's how Twitch is. They have their own little inclusive game communities for certain genres of games that are always going to be the top of Twitch viewing stats. And then new releases always get into like the top 5 for a day, and then they fall out and disappear. Okay? That means absolutely nothing. As for what you're saying, oh, Xbox fanboys are saying the game sucks. They shouldn't deter you from playing the game. I didn't hear that at all. I literally did not hear a single person say Days Gone sucks. What I heard is everyone say Days Gone is completely mediocre and will be boring after a session. So there you go. I made breakfast. Cheers. I just got here. Is this a ladder match stream or online? Here's what it's going to be. I talk with the stream. We determine what character I'm going to play. I take that character into training mode for a few minutes just to try out their special moves and see what they are. And then maybe practice a combo or two and try to learn a little bit of basic stuff. Then we're going to go into their classic ladder, which is basically a few fights against AI leading up to a boss fight and then their ending. That's going to give me the opportunity to practice combos and the like, so I get the timing down, so when I finally do take the character online after that, I know what I'm doing. Because the thing is, I rushed into online gameplay on Wednesday. That was a bad idea, because I had not yet perfected any timing for combos. So here I am with Raiden. I know a good combo, but I can't get it to come out. I mean, this is kind of funny. So, I literally played Sekiro, start to finish. By the end of the game, I was parrying a bunch of stuff. I beat the final boss faster than 95% of the people who played this game. Sekiro, one of the hardest games of this console generation. Okay? Then I play Mortal Kombat, and I can't do a 3-hit combo with Raiden. I can beat the final boss of Sekiro in 10-15 minutes, but I can't do a 3-hit combo with fucking Raiden. Obviously, there's something wrong here. Okay? So, you know, that's kind of the deal is I need to practice a little bit. That's why I'm doing those arcade towers, so we can see the character, get immersed a little bit in their gameplay and see their ending before I go online. All right? By the way, I've done this with every NetherRealm game so far. For some reason, I didn't do this on Wednesday because I was in a big rush to get online. So, hopefully, this will at least mean that I can play a little bit better today. Okay? All right. Hodor Targ cheered. He said, I want to inform you that Days Gone takes place in the Pacific Northwest, so for you as a Washingtonian, it's a no-brainer to play. You would fall in love with its environment and nature, I promise. Last Rambo cheered. He said, I would like you to play Centurion and Frost. They are new characters with fresh fighting styles. All right, perhaps I will check those out. What a lot of people were telling me was Centurion doesn't play like Mortal Kombat at all. She plays like Injustice. Like she's like a weird Injustice character like Poison Ivy or Swamp Thing. So, we'll have to check that out. Orion Rogue has subscribed to the channel for 14 months. Thank you very much, Orion Rogue, for the sub. I appreciate that. Okay? Alright, guys. So, I'd like to say thank you guys very much. Being patient for the pre-stream. We had a lot to talk about and a lot to cover. And now I have talked about and covered it. So I appreciate that very much. Alrighty then. Thank you. Let's end the pre-stream. Like I said, what I'm going to be doing in just a moment here is... What the hell? GTK RWN just did a 300-bit cheer. That makes him the cheerleader. He says, Frogs drinking scotch? Frogs drinking scotch? What does that mean? I got so confused that like, I guess frogs like to drink scotch. Did you know that? Is that the drink of choice for frogs? I didn't know that. What kind of scotch? I usually don't drink scotch. Scotch and whiskey and that kind of stuff, I usually don't drink it. Usually if I'm going to drink, I drink something clear, like vodka or gin or even, you know, clear rum. I don't usually have a drink of like whiskey or scotch because that stuff, even though it tastes good, that's the kind of stuff that you have a little bit too much, you end up with a throbbing head in the morning. So, okay. All right, guys, let's end the pre-stream. All right. And I'm going to very briefly use the restroom. I figured do it now. And then we're going to jump in. 2 hours of gameplay here. What characters will I use? I don't know. Maybe I'll just do one for this first section of the stream. Like I said, training mode, challenge tower, go online and see what we can do. Fair enough? All right, guys. I'll be right back. And then we'll get started with our gameplay. I want to say thanks for being patient. I'll be right